You're joining with Prime TV News and I'm Pankaj Kulatunga. Let us first have a look at the news headlines. "28 new cabinet ministers take oaths. Prime Minister is the Economic Affairs Minister. Mangala Samaravira is Finance and Media Minister. President says the Grama Shakti movement to alleviate poverty will be implemented with a new look next year. US seeks to expedite humanitarian aid for North Korea amid stalled nuclear talks. The new cabinet of ministers took oaths before President Maithripala Sirisena today. The swearing-in took place at the Presidential Secretariat. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe and the United National Front parliamentarians joined in the occasion. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe was sworn in as Minister of National Policies, Economic Affairs, Resettlement and Rehabilitation, Northern Development, Vocational Training, Skills Development and Youth Affairs. John Amaratunga took oaths as Minister of Tourism Development, Wildlife and Christian Religious Affairs. Gamini Jaivikrama Pereira sworn in as Minister of Buddha Sasana and Northwestern Development. Mangala Samaravira was sworn in as Minister of Finance and Mass Media. Lakshman Kiriyalla was sworn in as Minister of Public Enterprise, Kandyan Heritage and Kandi Development. Rauf Hakim took oaths as Minister of City Planning, Water Supply and Higher Education. Tilak Marapana was sworn in as Minister of Foreign Affairs. Rajitha Senaratne took oaths as Minister of Health and Indigenous Medicine. Ravi Karunanayaka was sworn in as Minister of Power, Energy and Enterprise Development. Vajira Abewardena is the Minister of Internal and Home Affairs and Provincial Councils and Local Government. Rishad Badiuddin is the Minister of Industry and Commerce, Resettlement of Protracted Displaced Persons and Cooperative Development. Patali Champika Ranavaka is the Minister of Megapolis and Western Development. Naveen Disanayaka took oaths as Minister of Plantation Industries. P. Harrison is the Minister of Agriculture, Rural Economic Affairs, Livestock Development, Irrigation and Fisheries and Aquatic Resources Development. Kabir Hashim was sworn in as Minister of Highways and Road Development and Petroleum Resources Development. Ranjit Madhuma Bandara is the Minister of Public Administration and Disaster Management. Gayantha Karunatilaka is the Minister of Lands and Parliamentary Reforms. Sajit Premadasa has been appointed as Minister of Housing Construction and Cultural Affairs. Arjuna Ranatunga, Minister of Transport and Civil Aviation. Palani Digambaram took oaths as Minister of Hill Country New Villages, Infrastructure and Community Development. Chandrani Bandara has been appointed as Minister of Women and Child Affairs and Dry Zone Development. Thalata Atukorala is the Minister of Justice and Prison Reforms. Akila Viraj Karyavasam was sworn in as Minister of Education. Abdul Halim is the Minister of Postal Services and Muslim Religious Affairs. Sagala Ratnayaka took oaths as Minister of Ports and Shipping and Southern Development. Harin Fernando was sworn in as Minister of Telecommunications, Digital Infrastructure, Foreign Employment and Sports. Mano Ganeshan is the Minister of National Integration, Official Languages, Social Progress and Hindu Religious Affairs. Daya Gamage took oaths as Minister of Labour, Trade Union Relations and Social Empowerment, while Malik Samaravikrama was sworn in as Minister of Development Strategies, International Trade and Science, Technology and Research. President Maithripala Sirisena has said that the Grama Shakti People's Movement to alleviate poverty will be implemented with a new look next year. The President was addressing the North Central Provincial Operations Committee of the Grama Shakti People's Movement. The function was held in Anuradhapura. A sum of 1,000 million rupees has so far been spent for the empowerment of livelihood and infrastructure of 1,000 Grama Niladhari divisions. Accordingly, many projects under the Grama Shakti program were launched throughout the country for economic renaissance. Projects that would provide increased facilities for low-income families are being implemented.
More than 1,000 Gram and Lidari divisions organised under the Grama Shakti People's Movement are already in place. It is intended to increase the number of Grama Shakti societies and companies by next year. 4 agreements between Grama Shakti People's companies and private companies within the North Central province were inked on the occasion. It was with respect to the purchase of produce made by the Grama Shakti People's companies. A group including many parliamentarians were present on the occasion.
Several ministers who took oaths before President Maithripala Sirisena assumed their duties today.
Mangala Samaravira, who has been reappointed as the Minister of Finance and Mass Media, assumed duties at his ministry today. Expressing his views on the occasion, the minister said that after considering the fuel prices in the world market, a statement would be made tomorrow whether the price of fuel could be further reduced. The minister said that Mahinda Rajapaksa, making use of this price formula, granted relief to the people at a time when the prices in the world market were declining. Taking the later situation into consideration, they intend to make another statement by look into the latest situation tomorrow. He recalled that Mahinda Rajapaksa was given a court order to reduce the prices parallel to the world market prices, but he did not adhere to it. He said that the people would receive much relief under this price formula. Minister of Housing, Construction and Cultural Affairs, Sajid Premadasa, assumed office at the ministry located at Settiripaya in Batramulla. Sajid Premadasa assumed duties amidst the blessings of the members of the Mahasangha. Soon after assuming office, the first task of the minister was to hand over a sum of 1 million rupees to Lucien Pushparaj, who became the bodybuilding world champion, for his future activities. Thereafter, expressing his views, the minister said that he assumed the responsibility on behalf of the massive development task. The minister said that the people would be able to witness a strong program through the initiatives of the ministry. He called on his staff members to be ready to work without limiting their services from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. He said that his ministry would be engaged in services under a shift system. He said that there is only about 10 months for a presidential election. As such, he called on everyone to work for 10 years. Plantation Industries Minister Naveen Dissanayake also assumed office today. He assumed duties giving pride of place to religious observances. Thereafter, expressing his views, Minister Naveen Dissanayake said that many reforms will be effected to the United National Party. He was optimistic that they would be able to move forward on a good path. At the same time, they had many challenges with respect to future plans. The first is wages issue of the tea estate labourers. He said he hoped to meditate on this issue and find a quick solution to the problem. The minister also expressed views with respect to handing over of ministerial portfolios to MPs of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party, who joined the government, as well as Field Marshal Sarath Fonseca. The minister said that 28 cabinet ministers were sworn in today. He was optimistic that Range Bandara and Sarath Fonseca would get ministerial portfolio soon.
The Northern Province Senior DIG's office has announced that the leave of all police officers in Jaffna has been cancelled. This initiative has been taken with the aim of streamlining the suppression of crime in certain areas within the Jaffna district. 9 police divisions have been established in the district, and this order will apply to officers in all these police divisions. The order issued cancelling the leave of all police officers in Jaffna will be enforced until the 30th of this month. Prime News returns tomorrow. And in the meantime, make www.itnnews.lk your go-to source for the very latest in news, at home and overseas. Signing off, I'm Pankaj Kulutunga. Good night.